Turn the mics on, let the games begin. We're diving deep, it's where I've always been. Got the stats laid out, knowledge on tap. It's the press box, baby, we're making it rap. From the field to the court, we cover it all. When the whistle blows, hear the players call. Voices raised high with opinions that rock. In this hard rock world, we're smashing the clock. Welcome to the press box. Let's raise some hell. We're rocking every story. Come and hear us tell. With passion and fury, we light up the night. This hard rock anthem, it feels so right.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Press Box. Brian Carson here. Unfortunately, my co-host Kenny Varner cannot make it. If you haven't heard, Kenny, his parents and his sister were in a really bad automobile accident, and they are in the hospital. So family, and especially this time of the year, family comes first. So I'm flying solo tonight, and I am thrilled, absolutely thrilled. And he's already laughing. And they really are two of my favorite people in the world. The Browns, Norm and his son Todd, they are sportscasters for WBLF, right?
Well, let me interrupt your intro, which was very, very well done to start. As you know, in this profession, Brian, work is sometimes hard to come by. So I would say, as the years have gone on, I'll say it, we are pretty much media prostitutes. So whoever wants us, WBLF, I don't think is there anymore. We're local radio and state college the last 2 to 3 years, Brian, has completely changed. So during the fall, we've been working with Leitner Communications with 95.3 doing a Center County football game of the week. And then as we get into the winter here, looks like we're going to be back doing stuff for the sports radio station here in town, 98.7 The Fox, which one of their owners is the voice of the Nittany Lions, Jeff Byer. So yeah, we'll work for peanuts, buddy. So yeah, we have certainly been around the block.
No, hey, I went through a couple of years of being a media prostitute. It's kind of fun.
It sort of is. Well, whoever wants you.
Yeah. I mean, we first met you. I think we were at WPHB in Phillipsburg, right?
Correct. Yep.
And we were covering the Mounties and firing that Mountie musket.
Because I remember one year you talk about media prostitute. It was about 5 years ago. I was writing. Not radio. I was writing for 17 different newspapers. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah.
The same story, Brian, or did you switch it up just a little bit?
I switched it up. I changed the lead. So,
but this is Todd's 25th year, Brian.
My God.
Yeah, hard to believe. I mean,
I started when I was in high school.
Yeah,
so.
I was going to say he didn't. He wasn't broadcasting his birth. He didn't start that young, but he started right out of high school.
Yeah, so that and that's when I got to meet the over your way, the legendary Bob Hauer for my first district tournament. So I've seen a lot of people and still trying to understand all the wrestling tournament rules too.
Yeah, we still are. In fact, Brian, the first question that I know I always wanted to ask you: if you lose your first round match in a district tournament, can you still come back and get first?
That's an inside joke, people. No, you can't.
Okay. Yeah.
And just to help you on your broadcast this year, there is no move called the butterfly.
Okay.
And there is no reverse 69.
Or yin yang.
Or yin yang.
Or yin yang.
Let's see, 3 minutes in and this is already off the rails, partner. Is this exactly what you wanted?
Oh yeah, this this is streamed. I'm not with the Sentinel or Big Louie. I can do whatever I want.
But yeah, it's really going way back. We've done almost all the sports. Todd and I even did a volleyball match one time for PO.
Yep.
And but boy, the wrestling community, the relationships. I don't know if it's because you're in a gym 2 or 3 days, or like if you're Hershey, you're down. You got the same group of people for 3 days. But really, the friendships that you make through wrestling, it always has amazed me. So I
agree. I've said that all the time. It's like once you're in it and you're accepted, it's a family.
Yeah, and that's right. And it just and then to go beyond that, all the athletic directors we work with, and especially up here in Center County. I mean, they're all been awesome to us, and of course you've had one of the great ones on your show a couple times. I think Doug Dyke has been on your airways, and
there's a laugh.
Yeah. Oh man, we have so much fun with him. We have so much fun with him.
It's Doug. I'm not biased with Polio area.
Not at all.
No. And even with doing the districts and regionals, Todd and I become good friends with Phil Riccio, and I don't think many media people can say that.
No, but honestly, I don't understand it because I've always gotten along great with Phil.
Yeah,
too.
we have too.
We really have. He has went above and beyond for us. Anytime we have anything over there, he really takes care of it at Mansion Park or the high school. So
speaking of school, go ahead, Brian.
No, it's all right. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to interrupt with that. Speaking of facilities, we got to see the Palace at Mifflin County 2 weeks ago for Bellefonte's football game. They played a district title out at Mifflin County. Boy, you guys did it right out there, man. Wow.
Outstanding.
Yeah. It's really nice. It's a really nice field.
We've done baseball down there where we were closer to the highway up there than we were to the field, and ran about 150 feet of extension cord to get power. But boy, I saw it from the football field, but the baseball field looks great too. So they really did. They did it right. So
yeah.
And I'm sorry to hear about Kenny too. We did not know that. So all good thoughts and prayers to him. And we teased him when we saw him down in Mifflin County. He said he was sitting right beside us. And of course, our famous line is when we have somebody beside us, we say, "Boy, you're lucky. You're going to get to watch one game and listen to another, listening to us." So, and Kenny enjoyed that. So, but we've had a lot of great moments, and me getting to work with my son is the ultimate. I don't know how many father-son teams are out there anymore, but boy, it's that he made a mistake. I think it's 25 years for him, and I think it's probably 19 or 20 for me. He was he had somebody helping him, and they couldn't do it, and he took me along and stuck a headset on me, and he's been stuck with me. Stuck with me ever since.
Worst mistake. No, I'm just kidding.
Then we've enjoyed it, and we have, have fun with it. I think one of the first things we did a PO match. I'm not sure it was against Central Mountain or Mifflin County. It was over to Phillipsburg Osceola Gym, and they got clobbered. It was awesome. And Todd said, "You have any final comments?" when we were trying to wrap up the show, and I said, "Yes, I do, Todd." I said, "It's really great that the Mountie wrestling team has the janitor over in the corner pointing to him what lights need replaced in the ceiling because they spent most of the night staring at it."
I love it.
Right then and there.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff, Brian, he has said, we have towed the line. We've never gone over the line, but some of the things I just shake my head and go, where in the world did that come from?
It's good when only relatives are listening to you.
That helps too. Well, and Brian, I want to thank you and my dad the one year in Hershey too, because I thought I might actually get into a fight with another radio station around the state.
I remember that. We can bring their names up. They're from, I don't know what station they are, but they're from Easton. And they think they should have the whole press box, the radio.
Well, you had the best comments. They haven't been relevant in years, you said.
You lean over me and go, tell them they haven't been relevant in 20 years.
They haven't been.
But they showed up, long story short, they showed up like right when the session was getting ready to start, trying to set things up, trying to move things around. And finally, I was like, this is where we're at. I don't know what you want us to do. And he's like, come on, we're all one team here. I go, well, my team shows up on time. And that just started a little bit of a thing. And actually, where we used to be in the press box, they actually moved us into one of the booths now.
We're in one
the
of
last
the booths.
2 years. So
knock on wood, that's been great. Yeah,
it's been awesome.
Well, we've been covering, as you know now, adding the girls to this thing is really extended the time. I'm not sure, last year or 2 years, we were on the air for almost 23 hours. I mean, it's just.
It's long.
It is long. I don't know. I don't know what the remedy is for that, but well, I think I know, but they would never do that. I think the girls would have their own tournament somewhere, but that'll never happen.
Well, and Brian, because you ran through it too. Your station and pretty much us, we were the only ones that, and we still do it now. All of it, AA, AAA, all of it. So it's just. It's absolutely, and I know as we're swapping stories here, I still remember a few years ago when you had Jed Donahue helping you out, and God, I love Jed, and I remember he wanted to keep getting out there, but you still had one kid left in the Concy round from Mountain Union.
Heavyweight.
Who was a heavyweight.
He was mad. He was.
You had to keep telling him. You're like, if he wins this one, he has another one to wrestle tonight. And Jed just throwing his hands up in the air.
Oh my God, I got to go get coffee and a smoke.
Yeah, wow.
I
lots of great memories. Yeah,
I love Jed. Jed got me into it. I've been writing for 33 years.
Wow.
But as far as radio, it's been 14. 14 on radio, and he was the one that did it. He went to Big Louie. They were trying to find him a partner, and he said, I think Brian would be great.
Oh, wow.
And that's how and the rest is history.
Yeah.
And it got to the point, though, I love the death, but one time he did say, if we were... you know how wrestling, the tournaments can be long. Mm-hmm. He would introduce me, right? He would introduce us, and then he'd go, "Take it away, Brian," and then disappear.
Not that there's 4 mats going on at once for districts and regionals, and even more so at states, right?
Yeah. But he would disappear for a coffee and a cigarette, and I'm broadcasting. It's like, okay.
Well, a couple other I'm thinking Brian was involved with. Was he part of the Lumadoo match that you were doing?
I'm not sure.
When Bob Lumadoo was down, what was he down?
He was down like 13-2 or something.
13-2, yeah.
Came back and won.
And then we had our big bowl of pudding.
Big bowl of pudding. Former Mountain wrestler. Kid didn't look like much, but he was.
Oh, yeah.
Parker Moore is you're thinking. I think it was my
Jim.
My uncle who also helps us out.
Our brother who helps us out too.
He goes. He just looks like a big bowl of pudding.
So that's some great memories.
Love it.
But I mean, I'll tell you what though, Brian, when we first got into this, we had always heard that the electronic media and the print media never saw eye to eye, never got along. And that's been, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's old school or what, because I mean, ever since we've been in this business, we've gotten along with everyone great. And even the great, the late, just passed away a couple months ago, Ron Bracken.
Yes.
We were really tight with him.
Yeah, we were. In fact, after he retired, if Bald Eagle was doing anything in softball or baseball, Ron was riding up with us to get to go to those. And
I
really
was born and raised. The reason I wanted to be a sports writer was because of Ron Bracken and Doug McDonald.
Yeah, two of the great ones.
Two of the great ones.
They were the best. They were, and I would, even though I lived here, I would get the Center Daily Times and just devour their stuff. Devour it.
Yeah, because I mean, at one time they were a top 10 sports newspaper in the country. They have awards for that where they were top 10 in the country. So, boy, how the newspaper business has changed in certain entities, huh?
Oh my God!
It's too late. Well, it's one of the things that I did when Todd first got me involved was I was keeping stats for all the teams we were covering, getting the box scores out of the CDT or El Tunamir or wherever I could find them, and I'd run stats for all of our teams, and I enjoyed that. That was a fun part of that. But now that's almost impossible. And I rely on Max Preps for anything I can get.
If we can get it.
If we can get it. Some teams don't do it. But I think stats are a big part of this. And we do a Center County game of the week. The 4 teams we cover: Penns Valley, Bellefonte, Baldigo, and Phillipsburg Osceola. State College is on as they say, another network. And but I do weekly stats of all the county guys, so who leads in passing, receiving, rushing, tackles, and I get that all from MaxPreps. But that's a fun thing to do, and gives these kids recognition. That's the whole part of it that I think people have lost sight of. And we're trying to get advertisers anymore. It's just I'm trying to say, hey, these are kids who are not sitting in front of their TV set. They're not sitting there with playing PlayStation. They're taking the extra time and activity and working out. So, as you know now, any kind of sports, 12 months out of the year. And, but it's tough to get some advertisers to jump in and help these kids out. And of course, I take some of the blame on the media too, because I think, instead of pricing it where it makes sense sometimes, the pricing figures that they come up with are a little ridiculous.
Yeah, I have another theory too, which, some people are mad about. I think the younger generation of sports writers are lazy.
Lazy and in it for themselves.
They don't know how to write a real damn story. I mean, we had one, I won't name names, down here at the Lewistown Sentinel, did a football story, 350 words, one quote, no box score.
Yep. Well,
you're gonna say? Go ahead.
No, we're amazed that we'll be in a press box covering any sport, and 5 minutes before it starts, or maybe you already got started, somebody's coming and want to know if we have a roster. They don't even take the time to get rosters, and then we had what the local paper here in town did this year. They hooked up with the Penn State journalism class, and they had kids going to each high school football game in Center County. And I mean, the same story. 5 minutes before, come up to the press box. You guys have any rosters? Are you keeping stats so we can get those from you at the end of the game? I mean, it's just just incredible. Yeah. I mean,
that's what I said. The sports editor at the Sentinel has got 2 stringers, and they don't keep a box.
I don't know how
they don't keep stats. It's like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, I don't
damn
understand
story. Franco and I used to do previews of every team, every game, keep stats like you did, Norm.
Yep.
Individual stats on the
exactly.
year.
Yep. I love that. I really enjoyed that.
Well, and the other thing is, Brian, with the journalism, and I stay high. I'll give them a lot of credit. I took a journalism class in high school, and one of the first things I learned was if you're going to be a newspaper writer, unless you're an opinion writer, you're not involved in the story. You keep yourself out of the story. And I think, like you said, with this younger generation where they're lazy or entitled or whatnot, they want to be part of the story. They want to be in the spotlight. They want to be in the limelight. They want to see their name in the newspaper. They don't want to just write what the game was. They want to put their opinion on it. And I think that's another reason why things have fallen flat.
Well, this guy, if he's watching, probably knows who I'm talking about. He started his one football story with a no-no, a big no-no. He said,
"Looky here."
He went to Mifflin County and he said, "We lost."
Oh, yeah.
We lost.
We lost, huh?
And I don't know. I'm kind of rough. We had a kid that graduated from Penn State, and I looked at his stuff one time and said, "You wasted your money because you cannot write at all."
So, was this part of your thoughts, ripping on local young journalists?
Well, I just don't like it when you're lazy about it. Look, it takes time. My stuff when I first started was absolute dog shit. And I thought it was good. Now I look back on it and go, why did they even put this in the paper? But today they don't even try.
No.
Well, again, when we talked the old school Ron Bracken, I grew up in Phillipsburg, Osceola, and of course with Clearfield Progress, we had Fred Gavilac over there, who was a legend. And then really Todd got started, and I jumped in a little bit with Bud O'Brien and the radio side of it. And, there was, one of the things Bud taught Todd right off the bat, wherever you're going, get there early. And we use that.
That drives my dad nuts sometimes.
I mean, we were sitting at 4:30 for a 7 o'clock high school game a couple Fridays this year. So, and one of, switching tracks a little bit, one of the things that's been new to us kind of the last couple of years was all of our county teams, with the exception of State College, joined the Laurel Highlands. Which has been some interesting road trips that we've had out there. We had to go to New Paris a couple times, and that's one we kind of now scratch off the list. That the nice thing about covering 4 teams is we can kind of pick and choose where we want to go. And
have you ever been to Chestnut Ridge, Brian?
I actually have.
Yeah, there's no cell service is hard to come by, buddy.
You better believe it.
Yeah, and the walk from the locker room to the football field, you need to take a bottle of water and a cheese sandwich because it's a hike.
I went to Hagen's, where Tri-Valley High School is.
Okay, we've not done that one.
Nothing but freaking cornfields. So after the game, I was like, "Oh, good. There's a McDonald's." 9. It's like 9:30, and the doors are not. It's like we're closed. What?
A McDonald's closes at 9:30.
Wow.
Well, that's like we went a different way, but a couple years ago, Baldy Guerrero was in the state football tournament. And who they played had all kinds of history. I mean, they've won numerous state championships, Southern Columbia, but
wow,
talk about a place in the middle of nowhere.
We were literally on a dirt road for about 2 miles to get there. That's probably our fault, but somehow we ended up on it. That's the way Waves had us going. We were on a dirt road. So, we
got a thumbs up from my buddy Jed Donahue.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, Jed!
Yeah. Hey! Oh man, he probably remembers that story with the Mount Union heavyweight.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, he was not
6 hours. 6 hours of his life he'll never get back.
Well, because if memory serves me right, that went to like 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night. Like that was just dragging. And God bless this kid from Mount Union. I think he lost his first one. He just kept winning Concy round after Concy round.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not sure if it was a Ryan or not. I mean, I that's low hanging fruit there, saying a kid last name Ryan from Mount Union, but I know that it was a heavyweight.
Trying to remember, I think it was. I'll get it. It's kind
of but we had an interesting football season. Again, talking about the Laurel Highlands, and Bellefonte went through all kinds of stuff on the field, off the field. They were working with their third quarterback, their second and third team running back, and yet they were able to win the District 4A championship. And so we got to do a state playoff game with them against Shamokin.
Yep.
And so that was fun. And of course, we've had to ride with Bald Eagle baseball a couple of years, and of course, all the softball up here between Penns Valley and Phillipsburg, Osceola, and Bald Eagle. So we really have been very fortunate and lucky to do some state championship games and state championship teams over the years, and it makes it fun.
When I think of Phillipsburg,
Osceola now.
Yeah, Brian, be careful.
Yeah.
All right, P.O. When I think
There you go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey,
yeah.
real quick, Brian. The reason why go ahead, Dad. Go get on your soapbox. They've been a jointure since when?
1957. 58 was a jointure, and I'm still fighting it. I wanted to go with Mo Valley.
Real quick, too, Brian, on that thought, too. The local newspaper here, 3 or 4 years ago, messed up, and instead of putting P.O. on the headline, it said O.P., and Dad still has that. Yeah, Dad still has it.
I have that. Makes up for all those years. And and the other, and not to cut you, but the other story I'll tell you that wherever we go, if there's a PA announcer that only says Phillipsburg, the headset comes off and I walk over to them. Real nice. I said, buddy, that jointure happened in 58. I'm not for it, but anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is, but it's Phillipsburg Osceola. So
anyway, sorry, partner.
It's all right. I think of Andy Rebar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember Andy Rebar?
Yeah, you do, Dad.
I would. Yes, I do.
You talked about a guy that you didn't think was going to win shit. I mean, he had arms down to his feet. He had a dead Milky White eye, and then he could put the damn spladle on anybody.
The spladle.
That's what we were talking earlier. I didn't why I asked you if you were around when we did that Lumadoo match, because that was his move, and we changed the name of it. We called Spladle Do.
Spladle Do, and the head coach Tim McCanley goes, don't say that.
Don't encourage
him, because he always wanted to do like a take. He always wanted to hit a big move. Always never wanted to do a double. No. He always wanted to hit a headlock, hit a spladle, hit something else. So we're like, hey Tim, we nicknamed it Spladle Do. He goes, don't do that.
Spladle Do for Bob Lumadoo.
He goes, don't do that.
But Rebar could hit it standing. With the guy standing. It's like, what is this? Because that year he made state.
Yeah, and that's right. He did. Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, he was hitting the Spladle everywhere at district.
Oh. Hey, sometimes you only need one move, Ryan, right?
He had it.
That's all he needed. A one-trick pony.
I said, who's this guy? He's got long arms. He's pigeon-toed. And all of a sudden, Spladle.
Done. And once you hit a Spladle, your opponent's done.
Yes.
Well, we're starting to look at our winter season, and one of the big things already that I miss getting ready for wrestling is Tom Elling's book that he put out year after year.
Yeah.
And my words to Tom was, I said, that book made a basketball player know something about wrestling. Because that was kind of my Bible, and it was great to have them. And as I said, as I started to do some prep work, I miss that. I really miss that this year.
Oh yeah.
So, and there was another great guy, and that we've met through this, and
absolutely.
It's like I said, it's really impressive, the community that wrestling involves, and we miss some of the guys that we used to work with setting up. Todd helped me out. The guy used to get us plugged in and stuff.
Denny,
yeah.
Denny over at Altoona,
Denny at Altoona, yeah, great guy. We haven't seen him for a few years. I just know he had some health issues and stuff.
Yeah, he did.
But some great people. And now the way they're doing the AAA and the AA things are, you got to kind of pick and choose which one you want to do. So that makes it tough too.
But hey, I'll tell you what. I mean, I love talking to you, but you didn't have anything better to do. I mean, don't your Bruins play tonight on the hardwood or something tonight? Or are they all?
The women do.
The women do.
Yeah, they're playing. It's a good one. Number 3 UCLA against number 4 Texas.
Yeah, and actually, was that earlier today? I think that UCLA lost, partner. I think.
Oh, they can't.
Yeah, lost by 11. Why? You're probably wondering, how in the world do you know that? Duke played South Carolina in the other game. The funny thing, it's the 2, 3, and 4 ranked teams in the country in this tournament.
Wow.
And Duke.
Oh.
And Duke hung around with South Carolina for a little while, but then I'll tell you what, Brian, like, you know me, I love everything sports, and Dad can attest to this. I'm usually up until the last game ends at night. Like the other or a few nights ago, if you want to watch one of the wildest basketball games, it didn't end till like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. Troy and USC in triple overtime a few nights ago. Unbelievable. And if I wasn't up, I wouldn't have gotten to see it. So, but yeah, this is a great time of year. You got college basketball, you got college football, the NFL. I know your Rams are just, you and I talked beforehand. I think they're the best team hands down right now in the NFL. I don't even know if it's close, to be honest with you. So if they keep playing at that level, you may be getting a Super Bowl T-shirt here in a few weeks.
Yeah, it'll join my collection. You know, the best hire we ever made was Sean McVay.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely.
You want Mike Tomlin? We'll trade you. You want him?
No.
Hey, you're guaranteed to be 9-8.
I want to win playoff games. I don't want to lose them.
Hey, before we jump off women's basketball, I want to say that's another thing that I usually get into when we do a women's game here at high school. I track turnovers, and once we get to 20 turnovers, I declare that the first 3 rows of the seats are now a hard hat area. You have to wear a hard hat.
So some of these basketball games, the ball just flies around.
Unfortunately, because of my health issues lately, I don't cover games anymore.
Yeah, they're fun. They were just like I said, he's trying to put a schedule together now. And again, when you're working with 4 high schools and 3 sports, boys and girls basketball and wrestling. One thing about wrestling, though, there's not a lot of dual meets anymore.
No.
I mean,
no.
I mean, they and I don't blame them. I think their philosophy is right to go to a weekend tournament and get a lot of matches in. On the flip side of that, though, with broadcasting, some of these tournaments are in 2 gyms. So how do you do that when you're trying to work at
right?
Because there was 2 or 3 that run. Well, that Warrior, the Ultimate Warrior, West Branch, they used 2 gyms. I think Tyrone did something similar with just 2 gyms. Did they do the Laurel Highlands?
Yeah.
They did the Laurel Highlands conference.
Like half the weight classes in one and half in the other, I believe. So
makes it tough to do. And they're not. I don't want to criticize. Sometimes they're not as organized. You really don't know who's out there and where. So that's gotten a little better in the old days when we used to get all the paper, right? You used to take about 500 sheets of paper home after a District 6 or regional tournament. Those days are all gone now. If you don't have a laptop, you're pretty much you're out.
Screwed.
You're out of the loop.
Oh, you're done.
Yeah,
you're absolutely done. If you don't have a laptop with Flow or whatever software they're using, you're done. The reactions you get from people when you say at wrestling tournaments, hey, do you have a bracket that you can print out for me?
Yeah.
And usually you can get it, but it takes, you're like, well, why? Just follow on Flow. I'm like, it's hard to follow on Flow when you're doing it on the radio,
exactly.
as you would know.
Yep.
Yes. Like poor Bob Howard would die today.
No, that's right. You're right.
Bob used to want the bout sheets.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, give me the bout sheets.
Bout sheets and right before, and I can't do a Bob Howard. Did you get the changes? Did you get the changes? I love him too. He was
great.
And I'll tell you what, he loved his Mifflin County. We would always be focusing on something else, but you knew if something was happening with one of the Lewistown or Indian Valley kids back in that day before Mifflin County, you'd hear either a water bottle hit the ground or a slap of the table like that or something. You're like, oh, something's going on.
It eventually his eyes got too bad.
Yeah.
To see up there. There's one story where I think it was his last year. He was covering. We were broadcasting Troy Hartsock.
Okay.
His match.
Okay.
And I can hear Bob, and it's like, Bob, this isn't what's happening. So
that's our broadcast every night.
After the match, I go over and go, Bob, that wasn't the score of Trey Hartsock. He goes, yeah, it was on mat 2. And I said, Bob, he was on mat 3.
Hey, some of those mats are hard to see, though.
Well, yeah. And my line every year when we go to Hershey is I'm closer to the roof than I am to the mats.
Yeah, it's true.
And they are hard to see now. And now they're all using those digital scoreboards.
Those digital ones, yeah.
So they're tough to go. But yeah, it's changed in a lot of ways. Maybe not all for the good, but we're anxious to get going and get the season started. I don't know what much. Again, we're just getting into what's going to be for Hook's team. I know the St. Joe's women's team up here in single A. They're going to be tough. Getting all the same battle with Williamsburg and Bishop Guilfoyle.
Yep.
But they have Joe Crispin's daughter plays on that team. Brian, Naomi Crispin.
She's only a junior, though, right?
A junior, I think.
She plays like her. She plays like Joe.
She starts shooting from the locker room. I mean, there's no 3-pointer that's shy for her, and but she's good.
But her field goal percent, she takes shots, but her field goal and 3-point percentage is good. It's not, and she can pass the ball too. But the first game we did when she was a freshman, she went right to the free throw line and then did the patented fadeaway just like the old man used to do. We're like, oh boy, that looks awfully familiar.
Apple didn't fall far from the tree there. But she's fun to watch, and they're coached by Bethany Irwin, and they're going to have a good year. They're probably going to be at least from the women's side up on our way, they'll probably be the elite.
Hey, and I did hear the end of your show last week. We do still have the candy, by the way. That has never gone.
I loved it.
Diabetes be damned, I think is what you said last week. So,
yep.
Well, that was an old adage from my mom. If you want to make friends, bring candy. So that's
that helped my that helped my diabetes. Yes.
And actually, Kenny got the glimpse that he was sitting right beside us for the Bellefonte Juniata game. And we had the basket. We had the basket for him if he wanted it. So,
well, my brother who worked, he had a part-time job out at the airport, ran into Carter Srirachi, and Carter remembered us having candy there. So.
He probably wanted
some. And I can say it that Bo Bassett even took a piece of candy from my basket. So I should have kept the wrapper. It might have been worth something someday.
Yeah, sell it. This is the wrapper of Bo Bassett took.
He may have put his mouth on it. You might get some DNA from Bo Bassett.
And we're talking about that. That's made it tough to do those district and regional tournaments the last couple of years with just their dominance. I mean, you rest of these teams are just vying to get second place, and it's it's almost like a
they got Seamus Reagan from Wyoming Seminary
coming in this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't that nice?
It's
all the finals are almost like the rest of the District 6 against McCourt.
The District 6 All-Stars versus
District 6 All-Stars against McCourt. I mean, it's makes it kind of tough. Yeah,
and that goes back to the whole private public thing, which has been just a hot topic, even more so the last couple of years, unfortunately. But yeah, when you got. What was it? Bishop McCourt's heavyweight. We heard he went from Florida,
Cuba
to
Florida to Virginia to Johnstown. I think that's how they got. How they got him.
That Cuba to Johnstown pipeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure the kid in Cuba was familiar with Johnstown. But yeah, they got it's them again in Faith Christian.
Yep. Yeah. That's what it'll be. That's what it'll be in AA anyway. Yeah, that's.
I kind of thought the Bassett kid would forego his senior year and jump right to Tech, and I don't know how that works in wrestling compared to football, but I don't know if you saw the video clip last week. He was down at Virginia Tech when they announced Franklin as a head coach down there, and they met in the locker room, and Franklin, he thought Bassett was already at. He said, "No, I'm still a senior in the court." So
he's going back and forth to train with him, I guess. So
yeah.
I don't know how that works out.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like that's legal either. To me, the NCAA is just doing things that it almost seems like they want out of it. They want their hands washed in this whole thing. Yeah. So, because they're doing some stuff. What's the rule now that if you played in the G League or something? In
basketball, yeah, you can now go back you were getting paid in the G League.
Paid in the G League, but if you still have eligibility back at your school, you can go back.
There's no amateur anymore.
No, not at all. Not at all. That's why I love my Duke basketball program, and you and I have talked about it before, Brian, but it's like for Duke, they'll get these kids out of high school, but I know 4 out of the 5 starters are going to change every year because four of them are going to go to the NBA just like they did last year. And don't get me started about that Final Four against Houston. I'm still not over that last year, but and Duke's going to be great again this year. And that's the other thing. I don't know if they'll ever, with how this system is, I don't know if they'll ever win it with this one and done era, just because like what happened in the Houston game last year. Houston, again, I know they had some NBA caliber kids, but they were more upperclassmen oriented, and it showed in the final couple minutes, and
they were veterans.
Yeah, and that's why I just don't know if a team like that's based on pretty much freshmen and kids who reclassify, some who should still be in high school, will ever be able to get over that hump and win a national title.
No, I don't think they will.
Or you could be the Penn State way. I'm glad I'm not doing play-by-play for them because I'm tough with names, and especially all the foreign names now in the Penn State squad. And Todd and my brother both laugh at some of the way I pronounce names. My line is I should have been a meat cutter the way I butcher names.
It's bad sometimes.
I usually come up with a nickname right away for a kid. If I can't pronounce his name, I give a nickname.
I'm like, how did you say that? And you're like, that's what it looks like. I'm like, the letters you're saying are not anywhere near what that kid's name is. What are we doing?
What do you think about your teams up that way wrestling, Todd?
I think Penns, at least at the double A. I think Penns Valley is going to be there. I really do. They had a lot of success last year.
Didn't lose much.
Did not lose a whole lot at all, especially in the lightweights. So light and middleweights, I think they'll be very good. It sort of goes back to what we said, though. You're battling for second in District 6, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And last year they what was the nice thing about the duels is the district duels last year is McCourt didn't have enough dual meets to get the top spot. So they used to have it at a neutral location. Now for double A, the last couple of years anyway, they put it at whoever the top seeded place is. So at least we didn't have to go to McCourt last year. Penns Valley was the top seed last year. So they'll be there. And then, individually, Bald Eagle will be good. They're always good. They got some good individual, especially in the lightweights as well. Belfont will be okay. Phillipsburg, I think each one of those teams, you'll have a few kids get to states, make some noise, things like that. And when you come to AAA, and again, we don't do a whole lot of them, but State College is coming. They are. If you're not aware of it, you need to be, because what they're doing down in the junior high and stuff, and that does not always translate. Trust me. Well, I've seen that with PO for years, where year after year they have an undefeated junior high team and it doesn't translate.
Football or wrestling, and then you never. I don't know if those kids go if they hit the transfer portal or what, but they never seem to be able to get into the varsity level.
But State College is coming. And I know they lost Asher Cunningham, a state champ, but they got a lot of younger kids coming up, and they're going to be a problem for teams.
You got the Whitbread kid.
Yeah. You got James Whitbreads now. Yep.
Including Teague Sanderson.
Yes, yes, yes. That's what I mean. You got all these coaches who have kids who are now starting to get to that age that they're going to be a problem for people, which is great to see with State College because it's been a very long time since they have really been a factor in wrestling since, I guess the Galloway and Sterniolo days and Rocky and Harley Anderson days in the early 2000s, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the days when they were doing the recruiting.
Yeah. What are you talking about, Brian? That never happened. What are you talking about?
No, I know.
Speaking of that, I don't know if you were covering it or not. But speaking of that was some of my best memories for regionals was the 3-year period when you had the young family from Punxsutawney go up against the Galloways, especially the little Galloway from State College, and there had to be security guards holding people back on those matches.
The kids were wrestling on the mat, and the old mans were wrestling out in the hallway. I mean, it was It was wild.
There was always drama back in the day, wasn't there? That was the other fun part about these district regional tournaments. There's always something else going on somewhere, you know?
Well, there's so much time that's passed. Now I could say it. One of my most proud moments was Galloway as a freshman. He went to the district finals, Nathan, and lost to Josh Parrott of Somerset. And he took the second place medal and threw it on the ground.
I remember, that's right.
Right. I wrote a column saying he was a spoiled little baby that needed his ass whipped. His dad was with Dick's Honda and called the Sentinel and threatened that if I wasn't fired, he'd withdraw his advertising.
Did they do any advertising with the Sentinel?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Actually.
That would have even been better. Like, you don't do anything with us.
Like, they didn't fire me. They stuck up for me. They said that's his opinion. It was a column, not the Sentinel's opinion. And here's why it was so special. We get down to states, and the guy we talked about, Ron Bracken, took me aside and said, I wanted to write that column for so long. Thank you for doing it.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And you know what? When you get praise from Ron, as you know, Brian, that's special.
Yeah,
that's something that will always stick, because he said some stuff to us through the years about stuff that we've done that he enjoyed. And that, when you get somebody like that, and especially someone like you, who you said the reason you got into this business was between him and McDonald, but with both of them, I mean, I'm sure you will always remember that.
Yeah, it was great. And then the thing is it gets even better. Down at States, Jack Kuvo got in my face.
There's a name, yeah.
There's a name.
And I went about Galloway, and I went, dude, you might be able to take me down 1,000 times in wrestling, but you were a little runt, and I will beat your ass.
I mean, there are so many stories, and that's why Dad and I have talked about this the last couple of years. I wish I would have done a journal when I first started this, that I could have would remember everything, not just the games, but the people, the incidents, everything. I don't want to speak for Dad, but he has said this before. You know, my favorite wrestling tournament ever to do was always, and it wasn't the greatest wrestling, but there was just always something that happened, was the Northwest AAA wrestling tournament. There was always something crazy. I remember a kid from District 8 picking up a chair at one point, across. Yeah,
that was the Coleman kid from Lock Haven. And then his dad ran out. It's like chaos.
It was just, there was always something with that AAA tournament. And like I said, not the greatest wrestling, and I understand why they got rid of it, because the last couple of years it was bad. It was bad, and I think the Whippeal thought they were going to run over everybody this year when those other districts came, and for the most part, District 6 did pretty well, to be honest with you. I think they did better than what the WBL thought, thinking, oh, well, maybe this isn't what we wanted after all, to get one extra spot, because District 6 took them away. So
AA was always good, but AAA's not that crappy anymore.
No.
Central Mountain, Mifflin County, Bellefonte, and then you've got, Altoona's becoming a powerhouse.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, and I know you've gotten to know him a little bit through the years because he's been there long enough, but what a great guy in Joel Gilbert. When they won districts, it was districts, right? Yeah. When they won districts, I think I was more happy for him than anybody else. Yeah. Just how well respected he was. It came down between them and Central Mountain. Everyone gets tired of Central Mountain. That's what happens in sports when a team keeps winning title after title after title after title. People start to call them the villain and all of it. But boy, when they won that, I couldn't have been more happier for a guy, for how much he's been through with that Altoona wrestling program. And then when they won districts, that was just phenomenal.
Yeah, I told him the year before he won, I said, that junior high looks pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And he goes, be quiet. Be quiet.
Well, I said to him before the tournament, I said, you guys got a chance here. He goes, nah. He goes, we'll just be happy to get a few kids to state or to the regionals, and it'll be good. And after they won, I go, you sandbagger, you sandbagger.
Yeah.
My favorite District 8 story was back in the day, the Altoona Booster Club, they ran a concession stand, and they had to deal with Wendy's.
Do you remember that, Brian?
They sold chili. Those District 8 kids would weigh in, and then they would run to that concession stand. And it would be bowl after bowl of chili. Well, sure enough, then they get out in the wrestling mat, and you were getting the garbage cans.
Because Wendy's chili was
coming back up. Oh, man. Yeah.
I love District 8.
Yeah.
And you know what? Every year we're like, they're getting better.
Yeah,
they're getting better, and and I felt like I was lying. And because I always thought they were, because they'd always have one or two kids that would have a chance to make some noise. I remember, what was the kid's name from Brashear? What, Godwin? Yeah, Godwin Nyama, right?
Nyama.
Yep.
But it was one year, right? They were done Friday night, weren't they?
Yeah, they were all done.
They were all eliminated Friday night.
Yeah.
But
Sean
good old days.
Likes Duke too.
What's that?
Sean Farrell, I put his message up. He likes Duke too.
Hey, he's a smart man. Hey, and just remember, Sean, Duke still does have a chance to make it to the ACC championship game in football. Now, I need to see what scenario, because I've read three different things that had three different scenarios on what they need. But what they first need Miami to beat Pitt, which is absolutely possible. Duke needs to beat Wake, which should take care of that. And then they need some combination of Virginia losing to Virginia Tech or SMU losing to Cal, and then like in North Carolina to beat NC State in a game that doesn't matter. But if Duke's in like a 14 tiebreaker, Brian, they would get like the strength of schedule, which I have no idea how the hell that happens. But it's like,
but it's like my head.
Yeah. So it's like I can't. It's been a great Duke turnaround the past few years. I mean, you had David Cutcliffe that did phenomenal things, and then he had a couple rough years, and then Mike Elko, which I was actually hoping was going to be the guy that was going to come up to Penn State, because Penn State fans would have loved him.
I agree with Todd on that.
They would have loved him up
Todd
there.
And I went to a Pitt Duke football game a couple years ago now, right, Todd? When Elko was still the coach.
Yep.
And of course, you go to a Pitt football game, you pretty much sit where you want, unless they're playing Notre Dame. But we were right behind the Duke bench, and just watching him the entire game, I was impressed with him. So, and that's good. Todd's looking to go to the ACC championship, and I'm just hoping we get to the Pinstripe Bowl up here.
Hey, but you know what? It could be Penn State Pitt in the Pinstripe Bowl. I think if Penn State wins Saturday, Brian, I think if there can be any finagling at all, I mean, the Pinstripe Bowl, I think, could you imagine having a Penn State Pitt bowl game at Yankee Stadium? and what kind of revenue that would be.
Yeah. That's what it's about, revenue.
Exactly. Now I've seen 3 bowl projections that have Penn State winning going to the old. It's not called this anymore, but the old Motor City Bowl. I don't see Penn State fans flocking to Detroit on December 26th for that bowl game.
Yeah.
To play Western
Michigan or Ohio or some other MAC team.
But Dave Berman said, me and Bob Howard loved the Brown boys.
Hey, good old Dave.
Wow.
Good old Dave. He's got time. He's not going through the Chester history book tonight. He's listening to the show, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a chance to work with Dave a couple of I forget what games we did. In fact, he had to borrow my cell phone one time, I think, because his wasn't working. He used my cell phone to broadcast the game.
Don't you love that, the old cell phone game?
Oh, yeah.
That happened many times with me.
Technology, and I tell you what, thank goodness for cell phones, because like even before the cell phone era, like you had to go when you were doing these events, you needed phone lines in all these gymnasiums, and they started becoming a dying breed. I remember Dad and I don't know, well, because we used to do every PO wrestling match home and away. We had to travel up to Punxsutawney in the winter, non-groundhog season. Yeah, and we had to run a phone line through was it a shop classroom?
Yeah.
We had to run, and just to get to the edge of the gym, because that's all the phone cord we had. We got to the edge of the gym and we just parked it right there. So
that was another one of my lines that got me in trouble.
Yeah, that one did. Yeah,
we were looking for. I don't know. It was in the middle of the match. Wasn't much going on, and I just said, I looked around the crowd. I said, "Boy, Todd," I said, "Yeah, they really take this Punxsutawney Phil serious up here. Most of them have their hair cut like the back end of a groundhog."
I'm like, no.
Do it.
No.
But yeah, that was one of the things about doing games at Chestnut Ridge. We literally had to put the cell phone up to the top of the roof to be able to get and
then just tape the phone.
Tape the phone.
Tape the phone with duct tape and keep it there.
The only place where we had any bars was the top of the roof. We did Little League baseball for a while too. Boy, we had that was interesting there. We did really have to go out in the outfield and try to figure out where we had the number of bars and stuff. And but my greatest Little League story, we were doing a game up in Snowshoe, and I think it was PO. What did Pillsbury Osceola and
Mountaintop.
And Mountaintop.
Yep.
And Mountaintop, they stuck a kid in right field. The first 2 balls were hit to him. And the first one went 10 feet in front of him, and the second went 10 feet behind him, and he never moved for either one. Well, then they took him out of the game. And about the 3rd inning, we're broadcasting, and all of a sudden their coach comes running over. Stop the game. We can't find whatever the kid's name was. It was this kid who was in right field. And they were worried. They thought maybe, he wandered off. He was distraught. Well, he was distraught, all right. He came around the corner of the concession stand with a grande nacho in one hand and a hot dog in the other. He could have cared less where those fly balls landed. He was eating. So that was our great Little League story. We had a lot of fun doing Little League.
I covered a Little League game once where they hit it out into left field and the kid didn't get it, and the shortstop said something to him. And instead of picking up the ball, he ran in and punched the shorts.
Oh, man.
Well,
that's fun.
Well, and one of my first big opportunities, Brian, was the State College Little League team that made the run in, 2000, 2001, that made it the whole way up to the Mid-Atlantic Regionals, where they lost to the infamous Danny Almonte.
Oh, yeah.
I was up there all week for that because I was working for 3WZ at the time, and I was working under Steve Jones, who was one of my mentors, and he obviously, with that being like a 10-day thing, he and other commitments couldn't do it. So I went up with another guy, and it was one of my first breaks. But when you were up there, like, I was in the office a lot because, again, you had cell phones, but it wasn't what it was today, obviously. So faxing stuff or sending something, and 2 or 3 games, the Little League headquarters kept asking for birth certificates for a couple of the New York kids, and obviously they got whatever through. But when that story broke after the fact, that he was 14, 15 years old.
Yeah.
It didn't surprise me at all, because they kept asking, and again, State College got to the finals, and they were one game away from Williamsport, which, I can't imagine. You remember seeing the crowds when team from Lock Haven made it a few years ago, but they lost that game 2-0. But yeah, that was one of my first breaks. But yeah, seeing all that scandal hit up there, because they kept just begging the New York coaches to come into the office to show documentation. Obviously, whatever happened, they got it through for that. But it later came down that no wonder he was striking out 16 kids a game, being a 14-year-old.
Yeah. Colette said, "Great show. I'm gonna have to pay her now. She's my sister."
I guess, yeah. Or find her a hobby.
Yeah, that's what I always say. People say, "Hey, we love listening." I'm like, you got to find something better to do.
So, yeah, it is amazing. You don't really. Sometimes you're doing it, you don't know how many listeners you have, and then you just start talking to people, and it's great. And like I said, it's been a unique setup here, doing it with my son, and people seem to enjoy the banner. And like I said, we've had my brother Jim. We use the old Chinese proverb, "Keep it in family." So we have our brother helping us out, and he's enjoyed it too. We've had some good times with him.
I got a story to tell you about the biggest mistake I made in radio. I thought I was going to get fired, really.
Uh-oh.
It was state championships.
Okay.
And PIAAs. And I'm broadcasting. We were having technical problems all day, right? And we were on the air. And I didn't know it. And I thought my mic was, not hot. I thought it was turned down, and I went right on the air. What the fuck is going on?
Boy,
that's our worst fear. And there have been times, like, we'll say stuff sort of off color during breaks and stuff, and then there will be times, especially back in the day, we wouldn't know if we were on it. We just assumed that the commercials were running. But there were a couple times that the commercial break didn't fire. And luckily, those times we didn't say a word, because we've always been lucky in that aspect. Knock on wood. But
yeah, the only time I have a good friend of mine brings this story, but apparently we were still on. I didn't know it, and I said to your Todd, I said your mom wants me to go. So I forget where it was, but that came over the air, I guess. And luckily that's all I said.
My board guy told me, he goes, "Brian, that was live." It's like, are you serious?
Yeah, that's always a fear.
Always a fear.
I got a cool boss though, Jeff Stevens at Big Louie. He called me and he goes, he's the general manager of the station of Nittany Media, and he goes, "Hey Brian, I heard an F-bomb there. Try to be a little bit more careful."
Well, at least he was pretty good about it.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing we've enjoyed. I mean, Jeff Byers did a story on the new station, the Fox 98.7 here last year, and he thought one of their big coups was getting Todd and I to go to work for them to cover games, because we had such a great chemistry.
I never knew I was a big coup.
Yeah, so that was kind of nice coming from Ironhead, and it's been great working with him with the new station, and they've had their ups and downs, and we were really excited to hear that they're planning on doing winter sports again this year.
Awesome. I'm gonna try to get there this year.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, because you were still doing updates and stuff, right, Bri?
Yeah, there was like states I did from the Flow stream.
From the Flow video stream, or just the sort of the interactive stuff that
just the interactive stuff.
See, that's good when it works. that had happened to me a couple years ago when we were.
I had the video too. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, you're fine then. There was one year where we were doing a live updates of the finals, and we were doing it in the studio. You can say it now, and. And I'm like, and we're trying to follow it, and it looked like things had stopped. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, well, we must have a blood timeout.
Yeah, well, that was a bitch because regionals and states were easy. Regionals was on Rockfin, and the states were on Flow. Districts. Oh my God. I had to do it from just the interactive thing. That was a bitch.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and usually, and we've dealt with this a couple. I mean, they want you to go online from what we talked about, and then like for districts, there'd be 4 mats going on, but then one of the mats, the flow thing would stop, and it would just either stop the score or the mat would just disappear altogether. So, yeah, it can be a problem sometimes.
Yeah, we were decent about it though. Big Louie paid BIAA.
Oh, they're okay. Well, that's
wow.
Yeah. Well, then they don't care what. Hey, if you're going to give them a check, they don't care what you do.
Right. They told them my situation, and they said that's fine.
No, that's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great.
And I know they're going to go through a transformation with Dr. Lombardi retiring. So
yeah, and I had people like text me, "Why aren't you doing it live?" It's like, well, I just had my damn leg amputated.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, what do you want me to do? Crawl in? You know, it still had to heal and stuff. Now it's healed.
Oh, that's great.
Stumpy, I call him.
What I guess I'm listening to some rumors, but I guess that Mark Myers is going to be the takeover for Lombardi, is what I heard. I don't know if that's official or just rumored. You see any big changes coming at all in the PIAA?
I do think eventually. People say no. I think eventually in certain sports they are going to do a separate private and public school.
Yeah, I would agree. That has to happen.
Yeah.
And the other thing I'd like to see, especially just going through this football season, I think six classifications is too much.
I are in a total agreement.
Yeah.
And Jed and I have talked about it. It needs to go back to like 3 or maybe 4.
Yeah, probably 4. I think 4 was pretty
probably
good.
Work. It's just we did a playoff game, our first round up here with Bellefonte Johnstown. Johnstown was 1-9.
Yeah, and decided to go in the playoffs.
Had already got beaten by Bellefonte the week before, but decided to go in the next week, and of course lost 34-0. So it's too much.
I'd like to see them justify that. Well, that one game we won, we dominated. So we need to go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And we talked about Bellefonte. They had a great season. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, so they beat a 1-9 Johnstown team to get to the district finals against Juniata. Which Juniata were they 6-4 or 7-3? 6-4 going in. So you had a 6-4 team going up against a 5-6 team for a district championship. You know, it's like
because there's only 3 teams. There were only 3 teams in 4A in District 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they have to do that sub-regional for 5A.
Yeah,
and 6A too, right?
State College won a district title by default. I mean, it's great
without playing.
Exactly.
New York State.
It's one of those things. I mean, they brag about how many state district titles they won, which is great. But when you're only have to battle one team pretty much in Altoona, and then they decide not to be in the playoffs, it's like, well, there's your district championship.
Exactly.
Definitely. I think I understand why they thought they needed to go to 6 at the time, but just because there's not a lot of big schools out there, especially in this area. I mean, I know Mifflin County, they were 5A this year, right, Bri? They lost, and it sounds like they're getting better as well. That's good to see. But I mean, they were at 6A, and then dropped down to 5. But it's just these upper classifications, especially around here, there's just not enough teams to go around.
No, and right now the way Hollidaysburg's been, they own 5A.
Homer's done a fantastic job. Homer Delatry, the athletic director and head football coach. Yeah, I thought they'd be a little bit more competitive in their game last week in the state quarterfinals, but Roman Catholic was just a little bit too much for them.
Yeah. Homer wrestled for Mo Valley, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yep,
sure did.
He's a Mo Valley guy. Yep.
Stanley had a pizza business up in Houtzdale, and I worked for a little Dairy Frost, and we sold the lottery pizzas, and with Homer's grandfather.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
But so I mean, it's been we're gearing up. We're gearing up. We're excited. I hope to see you down the trail at some point, hopefully, and we're looking forward to hopefully doing another season of this, because I mean, we love doing all the sports. Don't get me wrong, football, basketball, baseball, softball, but there's just something we talked about earlier. There's just something about wrestling, the community, everyone around it. It's it's certainly my favorite.
Mine too, and I hated it last year when I couldn't be there.
Well, and I won't lie to you, we kept looking for you because we hadn't talked to you. So we were like, is he coming? Is he coming? So,
I just physically couldn't.
And I'll tell you what, you were missed. Again, how the press has changed through the years. You're getting more and more people you don't recognize. It's not what it used to be in the press row. So you had, a couple people. I mean, you had Tom Elling. Elling was there with Joe Walker doing radio for Lock Haven, and then us, and then newspaper guys. You had someone from the Progress. You had Nate Cobbler, which I know you put him on your airwaves a couple of times doing some high school wrestling. So
yeah, a few of us are. The old timers, there's a few of us left.
Not many, buddy.
Not many. Todd Irwin.
How could I forget him?
I
can't forget him. Yep.
And then old John Hartsock.
John Hartsock. Yes, he does. Hey, Ron.
Yeah, we always kid Bracken because Hartsock was, hey, Ron, where are you going fishing at?
Every time he saw Ron.
Yeah, every time he saw him.
The one I miss too is Bill Albright.
Don't get us started there.
Oh man, awesome.
He, Brian? Do you? And I hate doing this on the air. Is he still with us, or did he pass? Or
I don't know. I know
nobody.
I asked. I got a chance to the Jersey Shore coach.
Tom Gravish.
Gravish. I asked Gravish this summer. I one of the things when you retire, Brian, you get yourself into things. I've been just put on the Center County Hall of Fame board of directors.
Nice.
And, it is. It's been great. I went in April, and we just had our inductee banquet in October, and Gravish was one of our inductees this year. And at that time, he told me Bill was still living, but the health was not good. Yeah, the health was not good.
He was great, though.
He was
That's
great.
what I heard, but I haven't heard from Bill in almost 2 years.
Yeah, that's probably close to where we're at, too. Like, and we bought, I still remember, was it a baseball game we saw him at? Or, when we bought him a Coke.
We bought him a Pepsi, and you would have thought you'd give him $1,000.
Yeah.
I mean, he just, and then from then on, we were, he was awesome.
I just loved his sense of humor. He was like a curmudgeon. Always pissed off about something.
Yeah, that's very
But
true.
the dry humor, though, is just, especially he had this ring, this baseball ring. He'd put the ring out and say, "Kiss the ring,
kiss the ring,
kiss the ring."
Love it. This has been fun.
Yeah, it really
this
has.
is a blast.
It really has.
This is a blast.
You know.
And I mean, we could talk. I mean, if you ever get into a bind again, which God help you if you do, we can talk about it.
I wasn't in a bind. I wanted you guys on.
God bless
this
you.
is great.
This is great. Yeah, because I mean,
this is a show I wanted to be on. I didn't want to be on Referee Rich's show. This is the show I wanted.
Yeah.
This is the show I wanted to be on.
Well, we know each other so well. It wasn't really an interview. It was
no, it wasn't.
No, not at all.
Bullshitting back and forth.
Yeah. So I'll leave you with fire the Mountie musket, hook 'em horns, pound the tom-toms on the diamond, and fly, Eagles
fly. That's what I wanted to hear.
There you go. Well, this has been great, Brian. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Come back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.
Jed, hope to see you soon somewhere down the line, too. So, thank you.
Come back whenever you want.
Okay.
Whenever you want, buddy. We're here for you.
All right. Thanks, Brian. Take care.
Open invite. Happy Thanksgiving,
all right, thank
guys.
You.
Thanks, buddy. You too.
That was the Browns, Norm and Todd Brown at, I forgot, 98.7.
The Fox.
The Fox.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, bud.
And for Bobby Fisher, he wanted to know where Kenny was. He must have got on late. Bobby, Kenny's mom and dad and sister were in a bad automobile accident, and they are in the hospital. So he's spending time with them, which I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. So that's it. Like to thank the Browns once again, Norm and Todd. It was awesome that they were on. That's going to wrap it up for tonight. I am Brian Carson. Thank you for listening, everybody. Have a great, awesome Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Goodbye.
You've been listening to The Press Box with Brian Carson and Kenny Varner. Tune in next week for another episode of The Press Box.